Welcome back to the fourth video looking at Challenge 8, Chapter 4, Legal Billing. Here we will look at the remaining two components for clients, ClientSearch and ClientSignals. First, ClientSearch.Svelte. In ClientSearch, as the name implies, we are going to search for a client by name or number. This is the search bar that you see at the top of the client screen, below the Add Client button. The idea here is that the user will search by name or number, and if a record is found, it will update set selected client signal with that client. If not, it will set it to null. So, by updating that one signal, any code, client list for example, will be able to access that signal and determine what the display of client record should be. In the script, we start by importing signals and components and setting state required. Next, we have a reactive filtered clients using $derived. We need filtered client to automatically update whenever clients or filter text changes, so those are its dependencies, and SvelteKit will track those and recomputes filter clients if those change. And one more reactive using $effect. Here, when a name search is being done, we want to show suggestions, names that match, if some text has been entered in the name search field and if there are any matching clients. This controls whether the suggestions drop-down appears while typing a client name. Next, functions. Function select client updates the set selected client signal and clears the search field. Function search by client number searches the signal to find the client number entered in the search and updates the signal set selected client. Function handle cancel updates set selected client signal to null, mode to null, clears search fields. Function reset search state, as it says. Next, the markup. As you saw, this will display a search bar with search and inputs for name, filter text, and number, search client number, with search icon button and cancel button. If there are any matching names for the drop-down, show suggestions is true, then these are displayed as a drop-down with an on-click to call the selected client function. And that is a wrap on ClientSearch. Next, we will look at the final front-end component specific to clients, ClientSignals. Okay, you should be very familiar now with signals files, and there is nothing here that you have not already covered elsewhere. We have a const reset_client used in function getResetClient, called wherever the client needs to be reset. We have signals client signal, selected client signal and mode signal, and getters and setters for these. Next, we have fetch clients, which update set client signal after fetching. Update client function we have already covered. Note the server-generated client number. Initially, I was using function getNextClientNumber, and I left that here just to explain to you that this does the same thing that we are now doing in the +server.js post function. The switch to server side helps to ensure unique, sequential numbers, reducing risk of race conditions, more than one user adding at once, keeps that logic server side and secure. However, since we are using JSON files, while it is much better to do this server side, it is not guaranteed that you will avoid duplicate client numbers. You would likely to use another method like file locking to eliminate such risk, or better still move to something like SQL. Function getClientNumber uses the client signal to find a provided client number. Function getResetClient, covered already. And that's a wrap on the client front-end components. As you saw, we have the shared API service.js component, and each entity, clients, matters, pre-bills, have their own +server.js files and data manager files, although these are very similar, so I am not going to repeat. In the next video, I will go through any significant differences in matters, and probably a separate video for pre-bills, as what we have covered in clients is probably 80% the same as for matters and pre-bills. Okay, so that's a wrap on clients. Next up, matters and pre-bills. See you there.